Hold on to your hearts, baseball lovers, because the diamond has lost its brightest gem, a quiet warrior whose graceful swings and unyielding defense captured the soul of Chicago and echoed through generations of fans. Ryne Sandberg, the Hall of Fame second baseman and eternal Cubs icon, has slipped away after a courageous battle that couldn't outlast the cruel grip of cancer, leaving Wrigley Field shrouded in sorrow and memories that sting like a fastball to the chest. Born Ryne D. Sandberg on September 18, 1959, in the rugged town of Spokane, Washington, this three-sport high school phenom was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 20th round in 1978, but his destiny unfolded in a blockbuster 1982 trade to the Chicago Cubs, where he blossomed into a legend over 15 seasons, redefining second base with a .285 career average, 282 home runs, 1,061 RBIs, and 344 stolen bases, earning 10 All-Star nods, 9 Gold Glove awards for his flawless fielding, including a record 123 consecutive errorless games and 7 Silver Slugger trophies for his potent bat, culminating in the 1984 National League MVP honors after batting .314 with 19 homers, 84 RBIs, 32 steals, and a league-leading 19 triples that propelled the Cubs to their first division title in 39 years. Not to mention his epic Sandberg game on June 23, 1984, where he smashed 2 game-tying homers off Bruce Sutter in a thrilling 12-11 victory over the Cardinals that ignited national stardom, leading the NL in runs scored 3 times, blasting a career-high 40 homers in 1990 to win the Home Run Derby at Wrigley, and retiring in 1997 as the all-time home run leader among second basemen, inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2005 with 76.2% of the vote, his number 23 jersey retired by the Cubs that year, and a statue unveiled outside Wrigley in 2024 to forever honor his hustle and heart. Beyond the baselines, Ryne was a devoted family man, married to his loving wife Margaret Kahneman since 1995 after a previous marriage to Cindy White from 1979 to 1995, father to 5 children, Justin, Lindsay, Br, Stephanie, and Noah, and a doting grandfather who cherished quiet moments away from the spotlight, later managing in the minors and with the Phillies from 2013 to 2015 before serving as a Cubs ambassador, always embodying humility and grit that inspired young players and fans alike. Even as he publicly shared his metastatic prostate cancer diagnosis in January 2024, undergoing aggressive treatments and ringing the bell in June 2024 to signal remission, only for the disease to return viciously by December, a heartbreaking twist that tested his unbreakable spirit. In a profoundly moving finale that feels like the slow fade of a sunset over Wrigley, Ryne passed away peacefully on July 28, 2025, at his home in Lake Bluff, Illinois, succumbing to complications from metastatic prostate cancer at the age of 65, surrounded by his adoring family in those final tender moments. His valiant fight ending not on the field but in the embrace of loved ones who held him close as the world lost a true gentleman of the game. The baseball world shattered into tears as tributes flooded in like a standing ovation that wouldn't end, with fans gathering at Wrigley Field's Gallagher Way for a public memorial on August 25, draping his statue in flowers and jerseys while sharing stories of how Rhino made them believe in magic on the north side. Social media awash in heartbreak as one devotee wrote, "A piece of my childhood just died," and Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts declared him a hero to a generation of Chicago Cubs fans, whose unrelenting integrity, grit, hustle, and competitive fire were hallmarks of his career. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred hailed him as a legend of the Chicago Cubs franchise who fought cancer courageously, vowing to support Stand Up to Cancer in his memory. Phillies CEO John Middleton mourned a man who personified class and dignity. Cubs outfielder Ian Happ choked up saying, "There is a whole generation of Cubs fans that adore Rhino. You could feel it when he was around, what he meant to all of us." Hall of Famer Greg Maddux called him a great teammate and mentor who led by example. Manager Craig Counsell reflected on the honor of being around a man battling for his life but wanting to spend his day with us, deeming it a sad day for the Chicago Cubs, and former teammates like Andre Dawson and Shawan Dunston posted emotional videos, Dawson tearfully noting Ryne was the heart of those 80s teams. A brother lost too soon, while the entire Cubs roster wore number 23 patches. In tribute, uniting a nation in grief for the quiet superstar whose legacy shines eternal. As the ivy at Wrigley whispers his name in the wind, let's cling to the magic Ryne Sandberg brought us, the Spokane kid who turned grit into glory, teaching us that true heroes play with heart, fight with grace, and love with all they've got. Rest in peaceful victory, dear Rhino. Your glove may rest now, but your spirit slides safe into home in every Cubs fan's soul, leaving us forever inspired, deeply emotional, and profoundly thankful for the legend who made baseball feel like family. The heart of Louisiana broke as the soulful strains of swamp pop faded with the devastating news that Tommy McLean, the legendary voice behind Sweet Dreams, slipped away, leaving a world forever changed by his bittersweet melodies and unyielding spirit. Born on March 15, 1940, in Jonesville, Louisiana, Tommy's journey began in the 1950s, when, as a teenager strumming a left-handed guitar upside down, he joined forces with Clint West in bands like the Veltones and the Boogie Kings, crafting a unique blend of R&B, country, and rock that defined swamp pop, his soulful tenor soaring to national fame in 1966 with a cover of Sweet Dreams that climbed to number 15 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, selling over 3 million copies and earning him a gold record, while his duet Try to Find Another Man and songwriting for Freddie Fender's If You Don't Love Me Alone showcased his versatile genius, a legacy cemented by his 2007 induction into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame and a 1975 film cameo in The Drowning Pool with his Mule Train Band, all while he balanced a vibrant career as a DJ at KRH Radio and a personal life filled with love for his 6 children, Barry, David, Felicia, Chad, Jonathan, and Allison, and his partner Carol Skaggs, though shadowed by the loss of his son Tommy Jr. and siblings. On Thursday, July 24, 2025, in Hesmer, Louisiana, Tommy passed away peacefully at 85, with no cause of death disclosed, a quiet departure that cloaked his final moments in the same humility that defined his life, as announced by his son Johnny McLean, leaving fans and loved ones stunned by the sudden silence of a voice that echoed through generations. The outpouring of grief was overwhelming, lit up with tributes, fans sharing clips of Sweet Dreams and stories of Tommy's kindness, with one post calling him the soul of swamp pop gaining thousands of shares. KQKI News mourned his loss, hailing his 2022 album I Ran Down Every Dream with collaborators like Elvis Costello and Nick Lowe as proof of his enduring spark. Shreveport Times celebrated his 70-year career, while Offbeat Magazine and KPL-FM echoed the sentiment, noting his influence on artists and fans alike, a collective cry that painted a portrait of a man whose music was a lifeline for so many. As we say goodbye to Tommy McLean, let us hold dear the memory of a man who sang from the heart of Louisiana, whose songs wrapped us in joy and sorrow, whose humility and passion reminded us to chase our dreams. Rest in peace, Tommy. Your voice will forever resonate in the bayous and beyond, but our hearts weep in the stillness you've left, urging us to cherish the legends who make our world sing. Hold on to your hearts, dear viewers, because the radiant force of kindness that transformed Los Angeles from a sprawling metropolis into a haven of arts, compassion, and community has flickered out forever, leaving a void as vast as the wildlife crossings she championed. Wallace Annenberg, the billionaire philanthropist whose generosity touched millions and redefined giving, has tragically passed away, shattering the souls of those who knew her light and reminding us all how one woman's vision can echo through eternity. Born Wallace Huberta Annenberg on July 15, 1939, in Philadelphia to publishing tycoon Walter Annenberg and his first wife Bernice Veronica Dunkelman, she grew up amid opulence on her father's 15-acre estate in Inwood, but heartache struck early when her parents divorced at age 10, sending her mother to Washington, D.C., while her father remarried Leonore Cohn, and tragedy deepened with her brother Roger's suicide in 1962 at just 22 during treatment for schizophrenia, a loss that haunted her, leading her to name one of her sons after him. Graduating from Pine Manor College in 1959, Wallace married psychiatrist Seth Weingarten in 1960 after a whirlwind romance in Venice, raising 4 children: Lauren, Roger, Gregory, and Charles, in a nomadic life across cities like Philadelphia, New York, and California. But their union crumbled in a bitter 1975 divorce and custody battle she ultimately won in 1979, choosing never to remarry and pouring her energy into family and legacy instead. Her career began in the family empire at Triangle Publications, overseeing hits like TV Guide and 17 magazine under her father's chairmanship, staying on even after its 1988 sale to Rupert Murdoch. But her true calling emerged as president and chairwoman of the Annenberg Foundation, where she steered billions toward transformative causes, focusing on Los Angeles with over $1.5 billion in grants since joining, endowing landmarks like the Wallace Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts in Beverly Hills that opened in 2013 with her $75 million gift to unite diverse audiences through culture, the Wallace Annenberg Building at the California Science Center, the innovative Wallace Annenberg Gen Space for seniors, the Annenberg Community Beach House for public access to Santa Monica's shores, the Wallace Annenberg Pet Space for animal adoptions, and the groundbreaking Wallace Annenberg Wildlife Crossing over the 101 freeway, set to be the world's largest by 2026, to protect endangered species, while supporting boards at LACMA, MoCA, USC, where Wallace Annenberg Hall stands as a testament to her $50 million donation, and initiatives like the Harlem Children's Zone, Ocean Alliance, and a universally accessible treehouse in Torrance, earning accolades like the 2017 USC University Medallion and the 2025 Perfect World Foundation Award for her environmental and philanthropic prowess, all while amassing a personal fortune exceeding $500 million that she wielded not as power, but as a tool for uplift and equity. In a poignant and hushed farewell that feels like the gentle close of a grand symphony, Wallace transitioned peacefully on July 28, 2025, at her cherished home in Los Angeles, California, succumbing to complications from lung cancer at the age of 86, surrounded by the family she adored in her final weeks, her valiant spirit finally resting after a lifetime of tireless giving that even in illness inspired wildfire relief efforts earlier that year. The City of Angels wept as news spread, with an outpouring of grief and gratitude flooding social media and headlines, fans and beneficiaries sharing stories of how her gifts changed lives, from free beach days to life-saving animal rescues, while public figures unleashed heartfelt tributes. Her children Lauren Bond, Gregory Weingarten, and Charles Weingarten called her a mother, grandmother, friend, mentor, and force of nature whose legacy would lift generations, LACMA CEO Michael Govan praised her as a blessing who guided community improvements in beaches, animal welfare, and arts. Governor Gavin Newsom hailed her as a remarkable woman and visionary for a kinder world through medical research, economic development, and environmental protection. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass declared the city stronger because of her selfless leadership that transformed lives for the unhoused, youth, and cultural institutions. Former Congressman David Dreyer mourned her unmatched commitment to Los Angeles. Robert Van Leer of the Performing Arts Center vowed to continue her mission of unity, noting her $75 million personal donation. Journalist Maria Shriver lamented the loss of LA's most generous angel who advocated for arts, aging, and animals. Disney CEO Bob Iger and wife Willow Bay mourned her profound impact. The LAFD Foundation thanked her for vital equipment like helicopters and bulldozers. KTLA's Wendy Birch reflected on her dear friend whose vision made LA for all, and Sunnyland's estate remembered her for extending her father's philanthropic legacy, all amid whispers of a family feud in her final days but united in celebrating a woman whose heart knew no bounds. As we dry our eyes and gaze upon the bridges she built, both literal and metaphorical, let us hold dear the essence of Wallace Annenberg, the resilient daughter who turned personal pain into public purpose, teaching us that true wealth lies in giving, compassion blooms in action, and one soul can heal a city. Rest in boundless peace, beloved Wallace. Your light may have dimmed, but it ignites eternally in every rescued animal, inspired artist, and connected community, leaving us profoundly moved. Forever grateful, and committed to carry your torch of kindness into tomorrow.